enlightenment in the ministry, Joy Ohonda, commended management of Rstv for working hard to rebrand the station and enjoin staff to perform their duties effectively.
Build character and integrity. Do the little that you can around, within your corner, the corner that you occupy. Contribute the little, the quota that you can contribute, and leave the rest. So I also urge you to take your job seriously, and then your management should ensure that there is team cohesion.
In their goodwill messages, Director of Finance and Accounts, Rivers State Television, Dr. Margaret Adebisi, and the Chairman, Rivers State Council of Radio, Television, Theatre and Arts Workers Union, Comrade Jackson Ikpochen, attributed the success recorded so far to the purposeful leadership of Ambassador Paul Dambo and the management.
People have worked hard, and they're very brilliant minds, good initiatives, hard-working people. You just need the right form of leadership to push them. People who can do their work. Put your hands together for Ambassador Paul. We've been able to replicate that.
A conducive office environment, training and retraining of staffs, rebranding staff quarters, and so many others are part of workers' welfare, which he mentioned he has done. So we give kudos to him. As a union, we are proud of you, because it's not just from you that we heard from our members that you did wonderfully well. But you did not achieve this alone. Kudos to the management, Rstv, and also staff for the support.
Some of the awardees thanked management for the honor done them, assuring that it will spur them to do more.
Very happy and proud of myself today for being recognized as an outstanding staff, and I'm really happy about that, because this would motivate me to want to do better, to want to do more, not just about the award, but other times.
For you to know that your work is being appreciated, for you to know that people actually see your efforts, it encourages, it motivates. And with this, honestly, they say to whom much is given, much is actually expected. I wasn't really expecting this today. It's really, I really don't know. My joy knows no bounds, because I didn't see this coming, actually.
I feel deeply honored, and I'm happy, and sincerely from all my heart, I want to thank the management of Rstv for choosing me, and also every other person today that has been honored with this award.
Presentation of cash rewards to the awardees added color to the event. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Now, 3 projects under the Ubeta Cluster Sustainable Project for 2026 has been completed and commissioned. The projects, which includes a mini town hall, fencing of Ubeta Women Hall, and 5 lockup shops, were executed by the Ubeta Community Development Foundation under the NLNG GMOU. Nnamdi Olimini reports.
In his address of welcome, Chairman Board of Trustees of the Ubeta Community Development Foundation, Chief Andrew Ebelu, who went down memory lane, said when the journey started with the inauguration of the body in 2021, some persons viewed the success of the GMOU with skepticism. He said that with training from a non-governmental organization, Accord for Development, members were nurtured towards goal-getting and attainment, infrastructure and socio-economic development of the community, and coupled with the qualified personalities piloting the affairs of the body, they cannot afford to fail but succeed. According to him, the achievements of the NLNG Ubeta cluster include scholarship scheme, substitute teachers program for primary and secondary school, building of staff quarters for teachers, and construction of Ubeta police station. Others are installation of solar-powered water project, community electricity extension project, construction of walkway at principals and teachers' quarters, among others. Chief Ebelu commended NLNG and other partners for the success recorded and what the community is able to achieve within 5 years, and sued for the sustenance of the temple.
One of our greatest challenges that we have at hand is the police station, which we have invested so much money. And I tell you, that facility is rated one of the best in the state. Not only that, it's also furnished. We have done our best. Maybe our best may not be good enough. We are now calling on the IOCs operating here to make sure that that police station is functional. Because today, everybody knows the importance of security in our nation.
General Manager External Relations and Sustainable Development and LNG, Dr. Sophia Hosford, represented by Manager Community Relations and Sustainable Development, Dr. Yemi Adeyemi, commended the Ubeta Community Development Foundation for executing projects in the areas of security, education, and capacity building, which aligns with the NLNG social corporate responsibility strategy, while urging the people of the community to take full ownership of the project to serve them and generations yet unborn.
For the purpose of local governance, the new mini town hall provides a space for dialogue and shared decision making. This project stands as a symbol of our unity and progress, because only those who are together can converge in a town hall to discuss their future and other matters as it concerns them.
Permanent Secretary, Minister of Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, Patrick Ndukwe, represented by the Director of Community Affairs, Chukwuma Obodokwe, said one thing is to sign GMOU, another is to release funds, and commended the partners for sticking to the terms of the GMOU.
I want to tell you that the BOT, the steering committee, and the entire community, the project you choose, they are in the right direction.
In his goodwill message, Paramount Ruler of Ubeta Community Chief Ndubisi George appealed for the employment of Ubeta youths by NLNG and assured that the long-standing relationship between the company and the community will be sustained. Former commissioning and tour of the project added color to the ceremony. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) has commenced intensive technical training sessions for its personnel in corporate affairs and protocol departments on drone piloting, media content creation, video editing, and the use of artificial intelligence tools. The training, with the theme promoting innovative media, integrating AI knowledge, drone piloting, and content creation, is aimed at strengthening the capacity of staff to effectively project the Commission's activities. Justice Ihuon was there and now reports.
Speaking during the ceremony, the Executive Director of Corporate Services, Ife Dayo Abegunde, represented by the Assistant Director, Office of the Executive Director, Dr. Oluwatemilehin Bada, commended the leadership of the Commission for prioritizing innovation. He particularly lauded the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Samuel Oboku, for his commitment to leveraging emerging technologies to improve institutional storytelling. According to him, the initiative is designed to empower corporate affairs personnel who serve as the image makers of the Commission with the necessary skills to harness AI-driven creativity and modern media tools.
With knowledge in AI, with adequate knowledge in drone piloting, NDDC staff will be able to tell our story very well. We'll be able to capture our developmental projects, and our day-to-day activity will be seamlessly edited, and covered.
Also speaking, Deputy Director, Corporate Affairs Department, Emmanuel Udonte, emphasized the growing relevance of artificial intelligence in global communication. Udonte observed that while many in Africa have been slow to embrace such innovation, NDDC recognized the emerging technologies as indispensable tool for the future. He explained that the training targets corporate affairs and protocol staff as a starting point, with a significant number of personnel participating to ensure broad-based capacity development.
So in NDDC, we look at it that this AI has come to stay. It's something that will rule the world for so long. So if this is the case, we have to get our people abreast with what it's all about. We don't have to be coming behind like most of other programs.
Also speaking, the head, New Media Unit and Deputy Director, Corporate Affairs, Dr. Selina Dan Abbott, stressed the importance of adopting modern tools to meet the demands of fast-paced information management. She described corporate affairs staff as the brand custodians of the Commission, noting that the training would enable them to gather, process, and disseminate information more efficiently.
The simplicity of our job description for us to be able to carry out our daily chores and responsibilities. It's essential for us to tap into technology.
Justice Ehunwo, Rstv News.
The Primate African Church of Nigeria and overseas, His Eminence Julius Osayonde Alayinka Abe has charged Christian faithfuls to pray for increasing faith to inspire spiritual strengthening across the church. The Primate gave the charge at a press conference to usher in the 119th conference of the church held at St. Matthias African Church in Mile 2 Diobu, Port Harcourt. Melvin Jackson has more.
The primate who referenced theme of the conference, Lord, increase our faith, drawn from Luke 17, verse 5, stated that the country is at a time when the faith of many is being tested by economic hardship, insecurity, and moral decline, saying this year's theme is a prayer and a declaration as the church is asking God to increase her faith so that she can remain steadfast and become a beacon of hope, peace, and development in the country and beyond. Abe urged members to combine prayer with action, as faith without work means nothing, expounding that the church should not only preach the gospel but contribute also to education, healthcare, and social justice in their localities.
The government should take the issue of insecurity seriously. It's like, I want to believe they are playing politics with human lives, and this is not fair enough. So insecurity, terrorism should be tackled headlong. Unemployment, brain drain, and the educational crisis that have been listed here. The list is inexhaustive. So, as we anticipate the forthcoming election at all levels in the year 2027, it is quite imperative that we do it in the fear of God.
Primate Abe announced that the 119th and 6th Biennial Conference holding in Rivers West Province will convene clergies, delegates, and members from across the country and overseas. He added that the conference had dedicated a branch in Ewofe and will pay a costly visit to the regent of Kalabari Kingdom and also dedicate another church in Buguma. Primate Abe stated clearly that forgiveness and collaboration is key to strengthen the church, admonishing that members work in unity and harmony for the growth of the kingdom of God.
Challenges are building up by the day to question the reality and potency of our faith. Devil knows too well that once he succeeds in shipwrecking or deactivating our faith, we are as good as being totally disarmed and disorganized. In fact, once he wins the battle of faith against us, we have automatically lost it all. May the Lord help our faith to stand and increase in momentum as we patiently await his soon return in Jesus' name.
Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Rivers State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task that you and I must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at RSTVPH. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And after the break, DRC President Felix Tshisekedi hints on third term 2028 poll delay. And in sports, Nigeria opened camp for African Athletics Championships. Stay tuned, don't go away, we'll be right back.
Rstv, poised to make the difference.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. You're still watching the news at 3. The Sokoto state government has confirmed the death of 33 children following fresh outbreak of cerebrospinal meningitis in part of the state, as health authorities battle a growing number of infections. Cerebrospinal meningitis is a deadly infection that causes inflammation of the protective membranes covering the brain and spinal cord. Confirming the outbreak, Commissioner for Health Farouk Abubakar disclosed this during an advocacy meeting with district heads of Saman and MT. The meeting was organized by the state's primary health development agency in collaboration with Site Savers and the Chigari Foundation. Abubakar said most of the deaths occurred in communities before victims could be taken to health facilities, blaming delayed treatments and widespread misconceptions that the illness is spiritual rather than a serious medical emergency. To curb the spread of this disease, the state government, in partnership with Medicines Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders, established isolation centers at the general hospitals in Dogo, Daji, and Tambuwal, with separate wards for male and female patients as the outbreak remains active. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, and the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, have signed a Memorandum of Understanding aimed at closing regulatory gaps and strengthening enforcement against unsafe products and unfair market practices. The agreement, signed in Abuja, is expected to deepen collaboration between both agencies in areas such as product safety, consumer protection, and enforcement of standards. Speaking at the event held at the Commission's corporate headquarters, the Executive Vice Chairman of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, Tunji Bello, said the pact marks a deliberate step toward coordinated regulations in Nigeria's consumer market. Bello explained that while both agencies have distinct legal mandates, the responsibilities increasingly intersect in practice, especially in dealing with substandard goods, unsafe pharmaceuticals, and misleading product claims. The FCCPC boss also disclosed that the agreement provides for data sharing, joint investigations, and coordinated enforcement actions, as well as capacity building through training and technical collaborations. On her part, the Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojishola Adeyeye, described the agreement as critical to protecting Nigerians from harmful products and ensuring that consumer rights are upheld. She said the partnership goes beyond the documentation and must translate into action. And now the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITA, has raised an alarm over a new artificial intelligence-powered malware known as Deep Load attacking Nigerian businesses. The agency disclosed this in a critical advisory issued through its Computer Emergency Readiness and Response Team and shared via its official X account. According to NITA, Deepload is an AI-enhanced malware strain designed to infiltrate systems, steal sensitive information, and evade conventional antivirus detection systems. It warned that the cyber threat is actively targeting Nigerian government agencies, financial institutions, businesses, and individuals. To protect infections, NITA advised Nigerians never to paste commands from websites into their computers, noting that legitimate software providers do not request such actions. The agency also warned users against opening suspicious files such as Chrome setup or Firefox installer from USB drives, and advised scanning all external storage devices with antivirus softwares before use. And on the foreign scene now, Democratic Republic of Congo President Felix Tshisekedi has raised the possibility of seeking a third term in office, saying he would accept another mandate if backed by the Congolese people through a referendum. Speaking at a news conference, the 62-year-old leader said he had not personally sought to extend his stay in power beyond the constitutional two-term limit ending in 2028. He added that any constitutional Any constitutional revision allowing such a move would only happen with public approval. Tshisekedi also warned that ongoing conflict in eastern Congo could force a postponement of presidential elections scheduled for 2028. Fighting between Congolese forces and Rwanda-backed M23 rebels has intensified in the mineral-rich provinces of North and South Kivu. In our sports, Nigeria has opened its training camp in Lagos as preparations intensify for the African Senior Athletics Championships scheduled to begin in Accra, Ghana on May 12, 2026. Athletes who featured at the World Relays in Botswana moved directly into camp upon their return to the country as the camp begins immediately. Training will commence Thursday at the Yabatech Sports Complex, with the Athletics Federation of Nigeria moving quickly to consolidate preparations for the continental event. The 24 athletes who competed at the World Relays and have automatically secured places in the squad for Accra, alongside 27 additional athletes invited by the AFN, bringing the expected team size to 51. AFN President Tonobak Okowa, who also serves as Confederation of African Athletics Region 2 President, is expected to arrive in Ghana on Friday ahead of the team's full arrival days later. Nigeria's squad will be led by world record holder Toby Amusan, who is set to headline the women's 100 meters hurdles. Now, Rivers State is the treasure base of the nation, so let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task that you and I must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at RSTVPH. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And that's the news. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Emily Tari Mbero. Do have an amazing day ahead.